My name is Doris Meissner, and I'm with the Migration Policy Institute, which is a bipartisan think tank on immigration and migration issues internationally that's based in Washington, D.C. I'm, at the present time, working with colleagues on the dissemination of a report that we call the Regional Migration Study Group report. It's a group of people, very distinguished people, co-chaired by former President of Mexico, Ernesto Zedillo, former Secretary of Commerce in the United States, Carlos Gutierrez, former Vice President of Guatemala, Eduardo Stein, who have come together over the course of the last 2 years to look at the future of the region through the lens of the migration relationship. We have done this work to try to develop thinking and ideas, a better vision for the future of the region, where migration can ultimately become a matter of choice on the part of people within the region rather than a question of survival, necessity, and illegal flows across all of our borders. Now, it turns out that the moment at the present when we are releasing this work is a very hopeful one in the United States, one that we hadn't anticipated when we began the work, because there is a serious possibility of comprehensive immigration reform legislation being enacted by our Congress. If that were to occur, and we think there's a better chance for that now than there has been for more than a decade at least, then there would be a big obstacle removed from the difficulties in the relationship among countries of the region that have to do with an immigration system in the United States that is outdated, that has led to illegality in the countries of the region as well as in the United States, with large-scale unauthorized flows for decades. If this law does pass, there will be a major and sweeping, inclusive legalization program for people in the United States who do not have legal status. That's about 10 to 11 million people. There would also be very significant increases in the opportunities to come to the United States for work purposes and to come legally, to come in a manner that is legal, safe, and orderly. Those opportunities would be both for permanent immigration and also for year-round, temporary, guest worker kinds of jobs. And that would be combined, of course, with continued strong enforcement of laws in the United States, but heavily laws that affect employers, so that there would be wage protections for workers as well as the opportunity for people to renew their work visas who come to the U.S. for work purposes. So this is a good time in which to be discussing the bigger issues, the longer-term issues of economic growth and development that we are highlighting in this report, because what this report is looking at is ways in which all of our countries can invest more aggressively in our people, in the human capital of the region, so that we can be competitive as a region, and so that migration and our migration policies, not only in the United States, but also in Mexico and in Central America, are policies that are aligned with the reality on the ground, with the integrated nature of our labor markets, with the ways in which our societies have become interdependent and connected at the social level through the migrations that have taken place over these many years. But we are looking at efforts to change the basic underlying paradigm of low-skilled migration, exploitation, desperate choices into migration that is more in line with human mobility, with people's career and professional growth, with work opportunities that will make all of our countries more prosperous into the future.